The act of speaking to oneself is a deeply rooted habit that most individuals struggle to abandon. Like the instinctual act of nourishing ourselves, this internal dialogue is an intrinsic part of who we are. Its termination isn't a mere switch we can flip. Nonetheless, the reins we can grasp lie in the essence and trajectory of these inner discourses. Remarkably, many among us remain oblivious to the profound sway these internal exchanges exert over our lives. Essentially, these dialogues within act as the wellspring from which the circumstances of our existence bubble forth. In the manner of the adage, one's disposition mirrors their innermost cogitations. Yet, the labyrinthine patterns paved by these ongoing dialogues often elude our perception, directing our thoughts along well-worn tracks etched in our minds. If we yearn to reshape our life's trajectory towards our aspirations, we must unburden ourselves from the yoke of the past's verbal echoes. In biblical terms, this metamorphosis is analogous to shedding the former self and rejuvenating the spirit of the intellect. Our spoken words act as the looking glass to our thoughts. The transformation of our thoughts commences with the transformation of our utterances, those clandestine conversations we indulge in within our mental chambers. The domain we inhabit brims with innumerable prospects for cerebral transmutation. Every nugget materializing in our life is inextricably linked to these veiled dialogues we unconsciously partake in. But, as cultured beings, we must awaken to these inner colloquies and navigate purposefully. Our mental interlocutions wield a magnetic pull on the course of our lives. Indeed, the dialogues unfurling within bear substantial clout in shaping our encounters. Ensnared in a perpetual loop, our personal history stagnates as long as we clutch onto the same internal rhetoric. Endeavoring to overhaul the external realm sans addressing our inner discourses is akin to swimming against the natural current. We often surrender to the undertow of negative self-talk while nurturing the hope of mastering our existence. Unbeknownst to us, these pessimistic internal dialogues are the wellspring of setbacks and adversities. We may persist in attributing our predicaments to external sources, oblivious to the masses of causation nestled within. Our external being mirrors the symphony of our inner dialogues and cerebral exchanges. What occupies the spotlight within us materializes in our corporeal realm, resonating with the cadence of our thoughts and convictions. Thus, our ongoing inner dialogues, if steeped in negativity, march forward into the future, ready to confront us as misspent or inverted expressions. What holds paramount significance is our present actions, even if their outcomes remain concealed for the moment. Change isn't summoned by vociferous clamor, but by the profound concentration within, sculpting through attentive introspection. The occurrences and connections within existence mirror the intricacies of our inner realm. Speaking inwardly from a sphere of realized desires serves as the compass for conscious manifestation. Our internal dialogues unfurl incessantly in the experiences of our encounters. Hence, to witness and embrace the external reality we seek, we must initially visualize and resonate with it internally. Mastering the art of purposeful internal discourse opens the doorway to confidently verbalizing our impending manifestations, instilling unwavering faith in their materialization. Employing our imaginative prowess enables the transformation and channeling of the vast creative energies concealed within our internal thoughts. From the cerebral and emotional spheres to the bodily realm, what aspiration drives you? Does it harmonize with the symphony of your inner conversations? Achieving your objective mandates synchronization between your internal narratives and desired condition. Just as two cannot stride in unison without unity, your inner dialogue must align with your envisioned actuality. The accurate internal dialogue mirrors the discourse of an achieved ideal. Ancient wisdom speaks of the twin gifts bestowed upon humanity, the mind and speech, akin to a form of everlasting existence. Navigated sagely, these endowments steer us toward realms divine, transcending even the human vessel. In the Genesis, there resided the utterance, and the utterance was within the divine. The spoken word, progeny of the mind, encapsulates the quintessence of vibration, reverberating into the cosmos. beckoning back into our reality that which harmonizes with our internal frequencies. Our internal conversations, akin to the divine word, sculpt the existence we cultivate within and without. The marriage of mind and utterance begets existence, as preached in ancient teachings. You and your internal dialogue merge as one, thus reconfiguring the mind necessitates reshaping the internal discourse. For your aspirations to materialize, ensure your inner dialogues harmonize with your envisaged actuality. As emphasized in biblical scriptures, the word dwells close, nestled within our hearts and spoken through our lips, empowering us to opt for life over demise, virtue over malevolence, and blessing over affliction. Our deliberation should be a beacon for goodness and purity, for our destiny takes form through the divine utterance, our internal discourse. In the radiant realm of Asia, one hears, "Do you perceive those fields? Sesame was indeed sesame, corn was veritably corn, silence and obscurity anew." These utterances unveil a profound verity. An individual's fate emerges from the faithfulness of their origins. Just as sesame yields sesame and corn produces corn, the seeds of accomplishment must be sown to harvest the fruits of achievement. To seek success, one must plant success's seeds in the fertile soil of the mind. We must assume and inhabit the role of one already possessing it. The pivotal juncture resides in the notions we embrace as verity within, not necessarily the external certainties. Initially, these external certitudes might counter our conjectures, but by upholding our convictions, they shall eventually dovetail with our reality. Outcomes trail assumptions rather than preceding them. The metamorphosis of our inner dialogue mirrors donning the attire of a renewed self. Though concealed from external ears, our internal dialogues wield momentous influence over our forthcoming circumstances. To transmute our desired self into reality, we must delineate our aspirations and earnestly adopt the emotion of their realization. Through this faith-fueled conjecture, our desired self shall find embodiment in actuality. Conceive of yourself as the person you aspire to be, steadfastly clutching that vision. Life stands as a crucible for crafting images via imagination. Test this power and behold life harmonize with the blueprint of your mind. Your inner exchanges lay bare whether you wield or squander this potent instrument. Negative internal dialogues, particularly those tainted by envy and malice, sow seeds for the battlefields and prisons of tomorrow. Habitually, individuals become ensnared in these deleterious dialogues, employing them to rationalize failure, pass judgment on others, and delight in others' suffering, thus perpetuating the world's turmoil. To attain triumph, discard the stale discourse of the vanquished and embrace the vibrant conversation of your fulfilled self. This inner transmutation stands as the toll to reach magnificence. The era beckons us to embrace mindful accountability and jointly shape paradise on earth. Our imagination must be wielded purposefully and affectionately, selecting words harmonious with our ideals. Imagination transcends being a mere bauble or idle fancy. It stands as the portal to reality, a conduit leading to the sought-after state, encapsulating its verity and breathing vitality into it. Imagination implores us to tangibly encounter our dreams in the present, eternally streaming through the thresholds of now. As we visualize our forthcoming scenarios as if they unfold in the present, we might encounter resistance. This resistance acts as a pivotal signpost, drawing attention to conceivable barriers obstructing our journey towards our envisioned future self. It necessitates our awareness and unswerving focus, so you can go forth and live what is rightly yours.